Hi and welcome. What we're going to do right now is I'm going to show you about video transitions as well as doing transitions as well and animating things through the inspector over here as well. So what I'm going to do is just going to take the word what, okay, and I'm not going to worry about timing it or anything like that. I just want to animate that guy in. And so in your effects library, we saw like where we added in the cross dissolve and where we had a fade in between the two pictures. But you can have like other ones too, like irises and like those look like bad and cheesy PowerPoint transitions. Same thing with like the barn door ones and the white. But the ones that are actually quite useful are the fades, the wipes, and actually in this case the push. If I were to drag this push transition to the beginning of this clip, okay, so what will happen now is that that thing should animate in, be pushed in from the side, okay, and that's how you would and if you click on it, you can have that push in from the left, from the right, okay, so that's now coming in from the right, and then from like from wherever, okay. So the same thing, things like slide, if I get rid of push, okay, and slide is very similar, I think. Yeah, it should just come in. What is the difference between push and slide? It's actually the way that they exit out. Let's get rid of this. So like slide, if I do this, will I think go out like that, okay? Whereas push will actually exit, okay? So those can be really helpful when you're trying to animate things. Now I'm going to animate something a little bit differently. We're going to get rid of this, and I'm going to add it with keyframes. So I've got my text, and am I going to be able to do this? Oh yeah, okay, so we're going to animate the position. See these XY coordinates, that is the position. So right now this text is like 131 pixels this way by 135 pixels that way. And it's zoomed in by that much, and here's my angle, okay? So all the functions that I can do by clicking on it can also be done by numbers. Now, so what I can do is like say at this point in time, the text is at this point. What I can do is that my position, if I click this little button, this is a keyframe. If I click on that keyframe, see that went red? It remembers the point that where this is at this point in time, okay? It remembers those coordinates. At this point in time, it's at 131 by 135. If I go later on in time, and then I move the thing, okay, to here, I've changed my coordinates, and it'll automatically add a new keyframe after that. So at this point in time, it comes here, and then it moves till it gets to that point in time, okay? Now, it's kind of, you don't really see it all that well. If I click on, I think it's this. There we go. No, there we go. Right here, you can see where you put the keyframes right there. Okay, and so see that's where it goes from there to there. Now, if I wanted it to take longer to get from that point A to point B, then I would just take my keyframe and make it longer to get from point A to point B, or very short period of time, okay? Like that. The same thing can be done for pictures, for anything for video, whichever. I just don't want to show you just because I find that the text, sorry, because it was just playing really chunky. But maybe I'll just do one. Let's do this guy who is, because like really it's very, it makes, I want to see him moving up. So we're just going to animate him going up. So at the beginning of the clip, let's actually, I'm going to use all, rather than using the handles, I'm going to use, let's go to zoom, and I'm going to blow it up, okay? Use my XY coordinates and have him down at the beginning. But then I'm just going to click at this point in time, the keyframe at that point in time. And then later on in time, come right there, going to have him up, and I'm going to use the coordinates to do that. So now he's going to be playing Yeah, it wasn't very smooth, but but he does animate up. But you can do anything if you want to make him do the same thing with your rotation, with your zoom. Let's go ahead and do that at this point in time. He's that big, and then at this point in time, as well as getting bigger or getting higher, we're going to make him bigger. So actually, he looks like he's coming out at you too. And you can do rotation, you can do anything. So it's a neat way, when you take a look at those other examples, it's a neat way to animate something, to make it like a photo really come alive, okay? Like especially, and what I would normally do, like say, let's go to my media pool here, and I go to, where's the cliff jumping one? Yeah, this one here. Like this one is a great one where I normally just animate him. Here, let's do the rotation on this one. We're gonna, oh, I got the wrong one selected. There we go, he's like there. And we'll zoom in a little bit. And at this point in time, let's do the rotation angle and the zoom. And at this point in time, we're actually gonna, if you do it like that, and you make him get smaller, and actually, if you disregard like the edges of the picture, it actually looks like it looks like he's jumping in the water. Okay, so like that. So so really, with those principles, you can do pretty much anything. Okay, so good luck. I hope that you're enjoying this. Take care.